Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to episode 61 of whatchamacallit, Magnificent Mondays. Well, this week we're doing The Car, and Win Grace says the Jonas Quinn story, because that episode of Stargate SG-1 want the weather. Essentially, they just did The Car, didn't they? And Josh Temple's here as well, harpoon at the ready to fire at any crystals or diamonds that get in the way of, I forgot the name of the ship, Virgil. Anyway, so we're doing The Car from 2003. But before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. If you're a member, you can join in the live chat. Right, we should be live on YouTube. Yes, we are. We should be live on Rumble. We're yawning. Oh dear, I was nearly late. I lost track of time, and I were playing, of all things, Lego Indiana Jones, because it were free. It were free on Amazon Prime Gaming, so I installed that, and I nearly lost track of time. We should be live on Twitch as well. Yes, we are. We're live on Twitch as well. So, and by the way, speaking of Twitch, welcome to the I had an influx of new followers. I was on 8 followers, and then suddenly I'm on 19. I think I've got Stormtrooper Patrol to thank for that, because I followed Stormtrooper Patrol today, Dan, and then after that I suddenly got loads of new followers. So cool. So welcome aboard, Twitch people. I'm always moaning about not doing Twitch and dropping it because I never get any new followers, and suddenly I get 11 in a day. Anywho. Wingrace says, reverse Armageddon. It is, essentially. It is, yeah. Right, so, info about this film. It's kind of, I don't know, is it a guilty pleasure? Because it's not a great film, but it's a fun film. And it just takes realism and science and all that stuff and facts and just throws them out of the window. But anyway, it's from 2003. Directed by John Emile, who did the film Summersby, which I did see once. It's that Jodie Foster, Richard Gere film. It's not. There's no explosions. Oh, I don't think there is. No ray guns in it, so it's not for me. And I did another one I've seen and I've forgotten. I did look it up and I can't remember. But Copycat with Sigourney Weaver. That was a good film. Anyway, did those, and stars Aaron Eckhart, Hilary Swank, Delroy Lindo, Stanley Tucci, DJ Qualls, who looks like a squished up Tobey Maguire, but you may know him from Supernatural. He played Garth in Supernatural. Richard Jenkins, I don't know how to pronounce this name, Checky Carrier. We've seen him in loads of stuff. Is the French chap, but anyway. Bruce Greenwood and Alfred Woodard. There's a few Star Trek people in this film. It's a Paramount film, so maybe that's why there's a few Star Trek people in it. Had a budget of, what did it have? A budget of $85 million, which is a pretty hefty budget back in 2003, and it was a box office bomb. It didn't make its money back. Anyway, but I like it. It's a fun film, and we're going to keep an eye out for the flying fish when we do it. Josh says, I don't know if I've ever seen it. We'll try and, what's the word? Not revive, whatever, your memory. You probably have. I think everybody's seen The Car at one point. But anyway. Is that it? Oh, yes. I'm also on Facebook, X and Instagram. Links in the description, as are the links for my 2 books. I can't be bothered getting them. They're down there. But follow those links if you want to have a look at those. What else? Members, become a member. You can join in the live chat if you become a member, and also get early access to stuff and some exclusive stuff for the members section. Merch. There's merch in the merch store. I'm pointing that way because my T-shirts I've got for myself are over there. So merch is available in the merch store. Is that it? Patreon. I've got a Patreon page as well. Right, let's get on with the film. Obviously, not just be watching it, because YouTube will go mental. So we're watching it in a series of stills. I've watched the behind-the-scenes stuff. I've got the Blu-ray here. I don't know why it's black. They're usually blue, aren't they? You know, Blu-ray. And usually black things are for 4K things, aren't they? But this isn't the 4K, it's just the Blu-ray. But it's the Italian Blu-ray. Why can't we get British Blu-rays anymore? We've got to get Italian ones or Spanish ones or whatever. They don't do British Blu-rays. And I don't know why. What have we done wrong? Is it because we've left the European Union? I don't know. Anyway, so I've watched the behind-the-scenes stuff on there. There's not that much, and there's no commentaries or out like that. I'm sure there were more on the DVD. I do have it on DVD, but I imagine it's in a box somewhere. So anyway, so we're watching that. I watched it on that earlier on. Right, get rid of that. Now then, where were we? Right. Yes, the film. Right, I'll make myself titchy tiny down there. I shall have to get rid of them. There we go. And we'll get the film up. I will full screen it and we'll have a look at the film. I'll try and remember the stuff I gleaned from it. I don't have notes, but I do have the IMDb trivia page up. For instance, we'll get a trivia thing out of the way. In the film, it is stated that the deepest hole ever dug was 7 miles deep. This is an actual fact. Probably the only fact in the film, to be completely honest. The shaft in question is the Kola Super Deep Borehole, a Russian project, yes, and it's 12,000 something and something metres, which is 7.6 miles. So there we go. The Chinese are digging a hole as well, but that's not going to be quite as deep. I don't know why, they just are. Right, so off we go. Let's get on with it. Ba-dum. Right, let's begin. There we go. Bit of Paramount. Do like the Paramount logo. I think actually, yes, we're going to fly into the Paramount Mountain. Look, just like Gandalf, or not the Gandalf, just like at the beginning of Two Towers. We're flying to a mountain there, don't we? But in this one, we're not going to be fighting a Balrog. We're just going to get to the opening credits, not credits, titles. There we go. For some reason, the O is spinning round. I don't know why. The CG in this film is not the best, to be completely honest. They've got a company called... I've forgotten. I'm going to have to look again. I've forgotten. Who did the effects, does it say? Some company I've never heard of to do the CG. And some of the stuff looks cool, but some of it looks a bit PlayStation 2-ish. I don't know. I can't find it. I've forgotten. But anyway, never mind. That's what I was reading. Don't make notes. Anyway, right. So off we go. So we begin in Boston on something like World Green Day, something like that. I don't know why they've got to tell us that, but it'll tell us in a minute. Let me go down here. There we go. Oh, sorry, Green World Day, Boston, Massachusetts. Why is it telling us that? I have no idea because it has no relevance to the film. But anyway, then we meet this chap who looks really familiar, and I've seen him in other things, but I can't think what. Maybe Star Trek. I don't know. Hang on, let's have a look. In the cast list, because it's in Christopher Shire. What have I seen him in? Because the cast list is a cast in order of appearance. What have I seen him in? Let's have a look. The Car. Yes, we know that. Go on, show us. What else? I don't know. There's nothing I've seen here that I've seen him in. Been in loads of stuff. Oh, we're in V. We're in V, the TV series. Maybe that's where I know him from. The remake, not the original. I mean, he's Canadian, so he's got to have been in Stargate, hasn't he? Let's have a look. You never know. He might have been. He might not. It's not coming up. There's time. First Wave, we were in that. I think I saw that. Maybe. No. Probably the only Canadian actor that's never been in Stargate. But he was in Relic Hunter. But I haven't seen all of those. Anyway, right, so this is a chap, Dave is called, going into a big business meeting. They're going to make $30 million. Yeah. So off they go. And then for some reason they have a weird sound as he's going in. He says, good morning. And he says, before I start, and then you hear a whoosh sound for some reason, probably to tell us that something's happened, and then he just dies. There we go, like that, boink. And then we hear lots of commotion outside, They all run to the windows, and it's all kicking off. People are just collapsing. And we learn later on that they've all got pacemakers. So like every third person in Boston seems to have a pacemaker, it seems. Because look, it's chaos. Bus drivers and everybody, they've all got pacemakers. I don't know anybody with a pacemaker. But anyway, so there we go. So something's happened. Something weird's happened, and people have just dropped dead. We don't know it's because they all have pacemakers yet, but lots of people have just dropped dead. Maybe it's the trees in the happening. Boston people had the most healthy. Well, maybe so, I don't know. I'm not the most healthy. I've been check up to date at the doctors. I've got to lose weight. Got to get some of this off. Because my blood pressure's up and everything, so I'm starting walks from tomorrow. I've got to promise myself. I've got to force myself to go, because I forget. I get doing other stuff. I get doing videos and things like that, and looking after Aiden and stuff, and my son. And I forget to go for walks, so I'm going to force myself tomorrow to start. And I bought some salad. Anyway, that's by the by. You can also gain height. Yes, that'd help. I remember when I was a kid, there used to be, I can't remember which comic it was. It was either Crazy Comic or Cheeky Comic. A bit like Beano and Dandy, one of them sort. But I remember they had an advert. They used to have daft adverts at the back of the comic for, things that didn't exist. Like you used to see in comics. Like you used to buy X-ray specs and stuff like that, and fake dog poo and stuff like that. Them sort of ads. And it was. I remember an ad for making you taller, and it was a thing that you strapped to your back. And it was a rack, and it stretched you. Anyway, what are we on about now? Oh, yes, we're going to meet Aaron Eckhart now. Here he's talking about sound waves. But first we see Rika Sharma. Remember her? I was thinking I know her face from somewhere. And she was in Battlestar Galactica and loads of other stuff as well, wasn't she? So this might be an early role for 2003. Anyway, we're at the university or college or whatever they're supposed to be. The students don't look very interested in what he's doing, but he's an expert on rocks and stuff like that. Hang on. I have to lose high school me in weight, but I always work on it. Okay. Says Josh. Wingray says, always loved the old Fraser joke. How could I have gained weight? I added a salad to every meal. That's what Aiden's like, my son. He thinks if he eats some lettuce, he'll instantly lose weight. Never mind all the French fries he's eating, and burgers and stuff like that. As long as a bit of lettuce with it, it'll make him lose weight. Oh dear. I have to lose high school me. Oh, right, yeah, the equivalent of high school you in weight. Yes, sorry, I get it now. I'm trying to work that out. You have to look, yes, the equivalent of what you weighed in high school. Yeah, probably me as well. I'm probably twice as heavy, well, not far off, as what I was in high school. But anyway, 160 pounds after my rollover accident. Crikey. Well, best of luck. Get lots of lettuce and walking. Still the mountain man survivalist. Yes, you are. Anyway, well, what was I saying? Oh, right, Aaron Eckhart. Who does he play? I've forgotten his name of his character because I don't pay attention. Josh. Don't tell me his full name in IMDb for some reason. Anyway, so let's look up here. Josh Keys, because everybody in America is called Josh, remember, by the way. Joshua Keys. He's a professor of rocks, geology, whatever. So he's telling them all about rocks and how you can make them vibrate and do things and all that stuff. So he's going to blow a trumpet at it. Luckily, he's telling his students all about the core. But anyway, so he's hang on. There we go. So he's going to blow his trumpet at the rock, and obviously it doesn't do anything. But then here he comes. Oh, show it, for Christ! There he is. I forgot the name of the actor. He always plays like a Secret Service agent or, somebody like that in films, doesn't he? In everything. Glenn Morshower, that's the fella. In this one, he's an FBI agent, but he's usually Secret Service or something like that. He was in 24, wasn't he? He was a Secret Service agent in 24. He was in Godzilla. He was the chap who went and collected... What's his face? Matthew Broderick, wasn't he? He's been in loads of stuff. He always used to play this same character. Anyway, the most important, that's for sure, we're also the best looking and most manly. Josh's. Anyway, so he arrives. He's gone to collect Josh, Dr. Keys, because they've got to put him in a jet and take him somewhere. Take him to Boston, I presume. I don't know, but anyway. So this is where we meet Serge. This is Checky Carrier. I'm going to have to check. Why the hell is he called that? Probably because his parents called him it, but anyway. Right, let's have a look. Is Checky Carrier, I'm probably mispronouncing it, is a Turkish-French actor. So maybe it's a Turkish name then. Maybe it's he was named Baru Jackie Carrier at birth in Istanbul, Turkey. So where did he get Checky from? I have no idea. Does it say? Oh, hang on. The spelling of his name, Jackie, because that's his middle name, D-J-A-K-I, was changed to Checky in a form of French transliteration. All right, fair enough. I thought it might be something like Japanese or something. It's Japanese-ish looking, isn't it? Anyway. Yes, also the most modest. Yes, Josh's are. Yes. No, not Constantinople, just Istanbul. Remember, if you have a date in Constantinople, she'll be meeting you in Istanbul. Anyways, where we meet Serge, played by Checky Carrier, another scientist. He's a weapons expert on nuclear weapons and stuff. And they're old friends somehow. I don't know how, but they are. Like I say, he's a geologist. He's an expert in nuclear weapons. You wouldn't think they'd know each other, but they do. And they're very good friends. Anyway, so they're ushered into this room past Hummers and stuff like that with military personnel, and then we see them. They're in a room with lots of gurneys. They don't notice them until an arm flops out, and he goes, "Oh, we're not supposed to be here." And then Richard Jenkins arrives. There he is. They've got that's Tom Purcell. I think he's general. I think he's a general. General Tom Purcell. And he's saying all these people died in Boston and they don't know why. They just all dropped dead at the same time. There you go, 10:30 a.m. And thinking, well, a nerve agent said no, because they just all died instantly. And it just seemed to affect certain people. Looking straight into the camera. Ooh, I'm not paying attention. Where were we? Says it's not a nerve agent, and then Josh, being a clever Josh, says they all had pacemakers, and so he says, "Oh, well done." By the way, speaking of Richard Jenkins, this Friday's Appointment with Fear, Let Me In, also features Richard Jenkins. He's a really, really good actor. I like Richard Jenkins. Anyway. So it says, yes, that's what's now they've got to work out how all these people just suddenly died. Why did all their pacemakers just stop at the same time? And they said it's some sort of EMP weapon, electromagnetic pulse. And they said, nobody can make one like that. It's most likely some natural phenomenon. So it says, fair enough. There we go. There we see Dave from the beginning. There you go. Suspect an electromagnetic pulse weapon. Said no, it's unlikely. It's more likely some other explanation. So it says, right, fair enough. We're done. We were just worried it were a weapon. So off you go, back to your lives. Then we cut to London, England. You can tell it's London because there's double-decker buses, and we're in Trafalgar Square. There it is. No sign of I forgot his name now, from American Werewolf in London, and Jenny Agutter, David Norton and Jenny Agutter. But we do see some other tourists taking photos of the pigeons. There they are. I went to Trafalgar Square as a kid. I've only been to London once in my life. I was 11. We were alright. Went with school and didn't get a photo in Trafalgar Square, but I fed the pigeons. You could buy little, I don't know if you still can, but you could buy little tubs of seeds and you could hold your arms out and just pigeons would just land on you. Anyway, I think we went in there as well. I think that might be the National Gallery, or I could be wrong. But anyway, this little lad notices a dead pigeon on the ground, and his dad's saying, "Oh, don't worry, it's a natural thing. They all die." And then suddenly they all start going crazy. They go crashing into Nelson's column, and they're all freaking out. And then suddenly they're all smashing through windows and everything. Oh no, what's going on with all these poor pigeons? Then everybody's screaming and shouting. And then for some reason, hang on, where's the bus? Oh, I haven't got to it yet. Because people don't know how to use their brake pedal in cars and buses. There we see people, careering off the road. Here we go. This driver. Well, at first I thought, is that I forgot his name. Names. I'm gonna look him up and see if he's got a credit. See if it says bus driver. Little boy. No, it don't. It don't have a credit. That's a bit poo. Maybe he's in the uncredited bit down at the bottom. Uncredited. No. Because he looks familiar. It looks a bit like, and I can't remember the name of the actor. It's been in like Harry Potter and stuff like that. But I don't think it is him. Anyway, so pigeons all land in his bus, in his double-decker bus. And instead of like hitting the brakes, the bus just like careens out of control. Much like, oh, there it goes. Look and does that. Why don't you just stop? Anyway, so the bus crashes because they needed a stunt, didn't they? They needed a stunt. All the pigeons are flying around. I think the CG pigeons, by the way. Right, so here we go. We're going to see a fish now. I think it's this bit. So let me go back a bit. Yes, we're going to see a fish. See if we can land on the fish. These are all CG pigeons. So we're going to go through it a frame at a time. Because one of these is a fish. See if you can see when it arrives. It's coming. Apparently it's a trout, but I'm not an expert on fish. But that's not it. Not great CG, is it? But it's 2003, but anyway. There it is. There's the fish. They decided just to put a fish in for some reason, just for a laugh, to see if anybody noticed, and now everybody's seen it. The fish. The flying fish. Wingray says, AI couldn't even give me his name, and they usually make things up. Make up things. Yes. Well, AI does, because it's going to take over, innit, and just lie to us, because it is the devil, AI. It is the Lord of Lies. Josh says, I watched a video where a bunch of kids just smashed into birds. Sorry, I said kids. Bunch of birds just smashed into the ground in a group, killing tons of them. Turns out, a bird of prey that drove them to the ground. Oh, right, okay. So it does happen now and again, don't it? You usually get birds, like starlings and stuff like that. They'll just like nosedive into the ground, won't they? And they'll die instantly, they'll break their beaks and stuff. And some people have said, is it to do with, the Earth's magnetic field? Is it switching, all that? 'Cause it's supposed to flip in it every few 100,000 years. I blame aliens myself. Or birds of prey. Anyway, so there's the fish. There we go. You can say you've seen the fish in the car now. Right, where were we? So that's going on. That poor kid's crying, obviously. And then just everything goes back to normal and all the birds fly away. Where's Rod Taylor and Pippi Hedren when you need them? Wingray says, one of my AI songs devolved into demonic-sounding hell screams, and I'm convinced AI, see, told you, is nice, the devil. I mean, he's now the devil. Forcing dead musicians into work. Just him says, so Klingons. Demonic-sounding hell screams at Klingon opera. Act 2 and Melota. Anyway, right. So off we go. Speaking of demonic hell screams, isn't that coal? You know, I mentioned earlier the coal borehole. Isn't that the one where they heard like the screams of hell coming up through it? Was that the coal or that a different one? I don't know. Yes, aliens with birds of prey. Oh, yes, Klingons. Yes, Klingons. Yes, that's what. Birds of prey. Or Romulans. Anyway, Klingons only got birds of prey, by the way, because in Star Trek 3, you know, that my favourite film, Windgrace, Star Trek 3 was supposed to be Romulans. So that's why we first saw the first Klingon bird of prey, because they just didn't bother changing it to something else. They just thought, Klingons can have birds of prey as well, but it was supposed to be Romulans originally. And they changed it to Klingons. Windgrace says that was debunked, and the audio came from a really old movie. Oh. I didn't want to know that. I wanted some mystery in my life. Anyway, right, so there we go. GBTV. Obviously couldn't get rights for any of the actual British news, things like BBC or whatever, Sky. It's just going to be GBTV. Watching the news about, you know, birds just did all this stuff. So now he's got an idea as Josh. So he wants to get all his pupils, not his eye pupils, his students, to get all his students to start creating computer models and all that stuff. You know, doing all his work for him, so that telling him to go look for weird animal deaths, birds crashing out the sky, what they call it, whales, dolphins, beachings, stuff like that. And all that stuff, and then he wants some other students. He wants students to compile a computer model of the Earth's magnetic field and all that stuff, and then some others to do this other stuff. So anyway, and he says, and if you do all this for me, I'll sign your doctorates blindfolded. He says, don't stop at go, or don't collect $100. Straight to PhD. And I thought, well, that's not fair, is it, on all the others? But anyway. Yes, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. So he wants all that stuff going on. There you go directly to PhD. So have they earned it? I tell you, corruption in the American education system. Anyway, so that's why he's got his idea. And then I think there is a deleted scene. I actually watched the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray. I didn't know there were deleted scenes because all the menus were in Italian and I don't speak Italian, so I didn't know what I was watching. And there was a deleted scene of him finding out what were going on. It was a bit like the scene in Deep Impact, where she finds out about the extinction level event, and that's what he finds out about. And he's sat basically crying. And he tells the chap that we were talking to, him and Rika Sharma, to go on a date because they ain't got much time left. But they decided to edit that out. Right, we're moving in on Earth now, and I'm sure it's just Google Earth. Was Google Earth a thing in 2003? I don't know, but anyway, because it looks very Google Earthy. Does that, doesn't it? Especially that looks very Google Earth. But anyway. But it's going to give us a cool shot. Here it comes of a space. There we go. Of a space shuttle flying by. Poor space shuttle. It's the same place as Concorde's gone to. The space shuttle. These amazing things that just have a bit of an accident and they decide not to do with them anymore. Anyway, so this is where we're going to meet Hilary Swank and Bruce Greenwood. They're coming home in the Space Shuttle Endeavour. 2005 was Google Earth, so it's pre-Google Earth. Maybe it were a beta, however you want to pronounce it. Anyway, there we go. There's Hilary Swank looking bored. She's the girl boss of the film, by the way. Long before, Me Too and all that. She was a proper girl boss in this. What's happening there? What's that there? Is that supposed to be there? Have I just found something? Oh, that was weird, wasn't it? Let's go back again. See? Oh. I'm going to go frame at a time. Is it just an error? Have I gone past it? Probably have. Oh, never mind. Anyway, they're coming home, so they're reorienting the shuttle, and something happens here where I'm thinking, well, why did... What? I don't understand, but anyway. I'll explain it when we get there. Earth Viewer was a thing in 2001. A Moa Moa. Is that what it was? Is that what it was? A Moa Moa flashing by. Anyway, they're coming home. Let's make sure we're still going, by the way. I'm not getting a copyright strike. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. I'll just check the chats on Rumble. No, nobody's in the chat on Rumble. Ooh, I've got a message. Achievement completed. What is thy bidding? I have no idea. I don't know. 6 minutes ago, I've done something on Twitch and I've got an achievement for it. Don't know what. Anyway, so there it goes, reorienting itself, and so there she's like one of the pilots on the shuttle, and there's Bruce Greenwood, who you may know best as Captain Pike, Christopher Pike in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, the first two. So there we go. So this is the first of our Star Trek alumnuses. So there he goes, and there he goes putting his... I hate it when they're in space. In films, when you show me space, they do everything slowly because it's zero gravity. You don't have to do things slowly. Just because you're supposed to be floating, you can still move about fast, you know. Anyway. Right, so they're getting ready for re-entry, and she wants to fly the shuttle home, but he's saying, no, I'm the commander, you'll get your chance. This is where we learn she's like, she's a whiz kid, she's great at everything. But anyway, and by the way, she's called Rebecca, but everybody calls her Beck, apart from Richard Jenkins, who calls her Rebecca. So he's going to fly it in, and she's like the navigator, I suppose. And there we saw. Hang on, where was she? There she is. There's Alfred Woodard. She's popping up a lot lately in my videos, isn't she? What did I see her in? Oh, she was in Salem's Lot, the new Salem's Lot, wasn't she? Anyway, Leslie, the whiz kid, Leslie Crusher. Wouldn't it be EY if it's a girl? But who knows? Anyway. So she plays Stick. That's her nickname. She's like the what do they call it? That Mission Control, the supervisor at Mission Control. I forgot what they call. But anyway, let's have a look. I bet it just Stickley. Her name's Stickley, but they call her Stick for short. She's the Mission Control person. So she's bringing them home. So here they come. They're going to start entering the atmosphere. Hang on, let's get some cool, CG. See, I've missed it. Gone too far. Go back. There we go. Here it comes. Entering the Earth's atmosphere. Then they lose contact because of the interference from the whatever. So anyway. So here it comes, look, coming through the atmosphere, and it's fine, and everything's okay. But for some reason, now that they're in the atmosphere and not burning up, they find out that they're nearly 130 miles off course. Why couldn't they figure that out when they were in orbit? Because they can work this stuff out to the bloody foot, inch even, can't they? So why suddenly, once they've, got through the atmosphere. But anyway, 130 miles off course. Instead of heading for Edwards Air Force Base, they're heading for downtown Los Angeles. So here they are. And being the whiz kid and the girl boss, Beck finds them an alternate landing place site, runway. Because obviously it's the shuttle. You can't, once you're going. You can't stop it, and you can't really. You can steer it, but it's a glider, innit? So you've got to go. You're basically just going down, aren't you? So anyway, Beck works out where they can land, and it's in the LA River. The overflow thing, whatever that boys go racing on in films like Grease and stuff. Pardon me. So that's what they're going to do. They fly over a baseball game in a minute. I actually like this shot, I must admit. There we go. The sound of the shuttle breaking the sound barrier. Here it comes. I don't like this shot. I don't know why. I just think it's cool as the shuttle flies over. Whee! Kind of reminds me a bit of that scene in Superman Returns, when he's got that plane. That's either on a baseball field or a football field. I can't remember. Anyway, so there you go. She's going to tell him now, look, you can land at the... there we go. That stretches straight there of the Los Angeles River, whatever they call it. So that's what they're going to do. But he's saying, hang on, we've got bridges. He says, it'll be fine, don't worry about it. Go straight down. So gears going down, they're going in, look. Anyway, so here it comes. Whee! Down it goes. They can't deploy the chute, I think, because it'd rip the tail off or whatever. Said if it got stuck on one of the bridges, it'd rip the tail off. All them workers there, look. And there's a bridge coming up and it's too low, so they've got to put the landing gear up. So all the landing gear goes up so they can fit under the bridge, and it's all exciting, look. But for some reason they've got crappy music. Hang on, listen to the music. Music going do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Sounds rubbish. Not doing it now. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Sounds bloody awful. But anyway, so here it comes, skidding in, and it's fine. And there's one fella, all the others are running away, apart from him, because he's got his headphones on and he can't hear anything. He doesn't even notice, he has no peripheral vision, doesn't notice everybody else running for their lives. Anyway, it just stops, just right by him. And we just see him there. Hang on, he's going to show us. Oh, there's a big space shuttle there. And I must admit, that is a cool shot, isn't it? It is a cool shot, is that, of the space shuttle in the Los Angeles River. And Justin says, I've never seen this. It's a good film, it's fun. Stupid, but fun. So there we go. So she's the hero of the day, heroine of the day, even though it was Bruce Greenwood. I forgot his name, the character's name. Bob Iverson, Commander Bob Iverson, US Navy, and she's Rebecca Beck-Childs, US Air Force. What else we got up to go? We'll get to them. I'll have to watch it this week, says Josh Temple. It's a good film. It's fun. Anyway, right, so we're back with Josh. And I can't remember why. Oh, yes, he's waiting. That's it. He's outside this. There we go. This. Is it New York? Is it the New York Public Library? Is what's his face in there? The Ghostbusters, are they in there sorting out the librarian ghost? Which is going to be next week's Magnificent Mondays. Ghostbusters. Anyway. Speaking of which, but anyways, he wants to meet Stanley Tucci, who's that fella, Dr. Konrad Zimski, who's, I think he's like the scientific advisor to the president, and he's, there's no bad guys in this film, but if there were a bad guy, he would be it, but there ain't any. He's just obnoxious, thinks he's the bee's knees, the dog's bollocks, all that stuff. And it's basically a pain in the ass. But he's a good scientist. He's just not a very nice person. Anyway, Wingate says, so if Bruce Greenwood is in a movie, you get instant undeserved promotions. Yeah, pretty much. PhD, captain on the flagship, etc. Yes, because he didn't he, with Captain Kirk in the 2009 Star Trek. He went from cadet to captain. Anyway, so here he's waiting for Dr. Zimski to come out, and he's like signing autographs for his adoring fans, and he says, Doctor, I want you to see this, and he says, oh, what's your name? He says, Joshua Keys. So he thinks he wants an autograph, starts signing his autograph. He says, no, I want you to read it. It's about the end of the world. So there we go. So he looks through the stuff, and he realises it's all true. The end of the world is coming. So So they've got to start preparing, and he's got to. He goes to his top secret filing cabinet and pulls out, there we go, top secret stuff, which we learn is about destiny. Does it say? Because I couldn't actually read it. Oh yes, Project Destiny. When I watched it earlier, I couldn't actually read that on my big telly. But Project Destiny, which we learn has a direct connection to what's happening. Right, they're off to the White House now. In DC, we're moving about, aren't we? We've been to Los Angeles and Boston and New York and Trafalgar Square in London. Where will we be going next? Anyway, and why is she at the White House? I don't know. But there's Beck at the White House for some reason. Don't know why. She wants to talk to what's his face, Richard Jenkins. Tom Purcell, because they know each other. He calls her Rebecca. He says only my dad and somebody else calls me Rebecca. But so it's basically she wants to know what's going to happen because of the shuttle crash, and basically tells her you crashed a shuttle essentially. You went off course and crashed the shuttle. Your flying days are over. It's all done with. So there goes, she's saying sorry. So anyway, so she thinks she's just got bad news. She's got a meeting or a board of inquiry in a week's time, but she wanted to go there to get the mood of things. Don't know why, but anyway, everybody's saying, by the way, there were all commotion as she was talking to him. People saying it's like the 4th of July, and everybody runs outside, and for God's sake, we see that there's Aurora Borealis kicking off in Washington, D.C., much like now, to be honest. We're supposed to be getting a solar storm again, aren't we? Soon. Or have I missed it? I don't know. But, we can see Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights at low latitudes. But can never see them from here because there's too many trees and houses and stuff that's in the way looking north. That's north, that way. And there's too much stuff in the way. Which is annoying. Anyway, right, so Keys and Sage are having a drink and they're all laughing about Zipsky trying to give them the autograph. They're all having a good laugh about it. Ha ha ha. Anyway, but then Glenn Marshower comes back. There he is, saying, we've got to take you in again. So here they go. A meeting, what they call a briefing. That's what he's got to do, a briefing. Basically tell them that the world's going to end in less than a year. The magnetic field of the Earth is collapsing because the outer core has stopped spinning, basically. And they don't know why. But we get some looks between Richard Jenkins and Stanley Tucci because they know what's going on, but they're not saying yet. But anyway, there's nothing they can do about it. The car, the car, the outer core stops spinning because the inner core's metal, a solid, basically a ball of iron, and the outer core is essentially molten iron, and that's like swirling round the core. That's what creates the Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from solar and cosmic radiation. Without it, we'd be dead within, a while. Not within a year, I don't think, but life would become uncomfortable on the surface, anyway. But that's what he's saying, and he says there's no way for us. They don't know why it stopped spinning, but. And there's no way to get it spinning again. And Stanley Tucci says, well, what if there was a way? So they're going to find a way to kickstart the Earth's core. So anyway, but this is all theory, isn't it? Really, it's not. We don't know for a fact that there's solid iron at the Earth's core. It could be a black hole for all we know. But anyway, that's by the by. Right, so they say that's when the glances, the Earth's core has stopped spinning. It's just the outer core stopped spinning, and they don't know. They don't know why, but they know. Project Destiny. But anyway, so he's saying, the life on Earth will become really hard. There'll be, discharges in the atmosphere, and it'll all be horrible, and we'll be dead. We'll all be dead within a year. Yes, it's all theory till it's not. Till we send somebody down there. Peter Cushing and Doug McClure, they've been, haven't they? Another great film, At the Earth's Core, 1976. Went to see that at the cinema. Anyway. So, basically, we're all dead, right? So, and it demonstrates with a peach and a flamethrower, basically. Hang on. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Didn't have to he had to show them, because, they're just military and boffins and stuff, They need a demonstration. So, that's the Earth in a year. So they've got to work out how to get the Earth's core spinning again. So this is where it says, the furthest we've drilled is 7 miles, 7.6 to be exact. But the Earth's core, the outer core, is like 3,000 miles deep, 4,000 miles deep, or whatever, something like that. No, it's not that. It's about 2,000 miles, isn't it? Yeah, it's the radius of the Earth, about 3,500 miles, isn't it? Just over. Anyway. Right, so got to work. Right, so what if they could get the Earth's core spinning? So they might have some ideas. So they're going to Utah. Is it going to tell us? Somewhere Salt. There we go. Salt Flats, Utah. Where we're going to meet. I forgot his name. Delroy Lindo. Is that his name? I can't bloody remember. Yes, Delroy Lindo, as Dr. Edward lots of doctors in this, by the way. Dr. Edward Brazelton, the designer of Virgil and the ultrasonic lasers, which we're going to use to basically get to the Earth's core. Anyway, here they are, arriving by helicopter. So I was going to show them what work is done, and we learned that Braz and Stanley Tucci, I forgot the name of his character. What was the name of his character? I forgot already. Zimski, yes, Zimski. That Braz and Zimski, all the scientists seem to know each other in this, but they used to work together, and then he stole, according to Braz, all of his work, and went off and made himself rich with the patents from it. And Braz never saw any of it, so they don't get on. Anyway, but this is where we're going to learn what he's been working on for 20 years. So, we're going to see his laser that he's going to use to dig to the core. No big drill bits for this film, like in At the Earth's Core, or Thunderbirds. He's using a big laser. Here it goes. In a minute, there it goes, there, and it's all cool. And so he's drilled a big hole through the mountain. It's going to show us in a minute. It goes all the way there. We go. It goes all the way through. So good job. Nothing on the other side. But so they know that they can drill there. So they know that part works. We said, well, what were you going to put it in? So right, so where we're going to show his unobtainium. His metal is invented. So he's going to get a mouse. Here we go. There we go. There. This is Alex, the mouse. He's going to put him in a box. There we go. Made of this stuff. There it goes. Sitting on the concrete block, and there's a metal plate behind it. And then he's going to fire up this smaller version of his laser. And there we go. I'm going to do that. And then there you go. A big hole through everything apart from that box with the mouse in, which is fine. The mouse is fine. So he's saying that what he did, there we go, it's a tungsten titanium matrix at super cool temperatures, but I don't know, using his, what do they call them? That. Hang on. Mr. Bean was going for a hike on the other side. Yes, it could have been, and suddenly vaporised. Thank God the earth is curved, or the town south of them would not be happy. Yes. I wonder how far it went. Did it just carry on into space? If it's a laser, it would, doesn't it? Because it's a laser thing. So just this massive beam coming out of the Earth for a few seconds. Probably like in Star Trek 5 when the beam comes out by the Enterprise when they get to Shakari. Probably look like that. But anyway, they call them now. Full of something, full of cubes, not cubes. One of them anyway. But he calls it unobtainium. There you go. What do you call this material? Are you ready, Windgrace? Its real name was 37 syllables, but I call it unobtainium. Copyright. The core, not James Cameron's Avatar. Windgrace says the Star Wars universe is filled with beam clutter. Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes. Poor Alderaan. Anyway. So he's got what he can put around the ship. And apparently it gets the more pressures put on the unobtainium, the stronger it becomes. So he knows it'll protect him, with the pressures as they drill deeper into the earth. And he's been designing, the ship to go in it. So this is all the prototype for the cockpit and all that. And so they ask how much will it cost? Or how long will it take? To build it. He says, I don't know, 10, 12 years. And he says, how much would it cost to get it done in 3 months? And he goes, $15 billion, laughing. They go, how much would it take? And he says, and he's laughing. He goes, will it take a check? And then he just, a quip. He says, why don't you use your credit card? You'll get miles. Oh, for fuck's sake, stupid. God. I hate that joke. I don't know why I hate that joke, but it just gets me really angry because I think it's a crap joke. I'm just being miserable. So there we go. So he's going to get his 15, but basically unlimited money to build this machine, whatever you want. It's like a submarine, I suppose. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, now we're going to meet Rat. What's the actual name of his character? Theodore Donald Rat Finch. So, by DJ Qualls. He's a computer hacker who's been convicted and is not supposed to be having computers. Anyway, the FBI's there. So he's basically deleting all the data on the computers, microwaving his CDs, and all that stuff. And now they all come in and say, look, they're not computers, honest. Anyway, so they take him in. We learn that he's the best hacker in the world. He is Neo, whatever. And he's a terrible character. I don't like him. He's awful. He's basically, he's stereotypical computer hacker. But anyway, so we learn he's the best of the best, sir. And but they want him. They can't let word get out. For some reason, they can't let word get out that, the Earth's going to end. So they want him to basically take over the internet and stop people learning about what's going on. So he says, well, if I do that, I'll need an unlimited supply of Xena tapes. 2003 tapes were still a thing, and Hot Pockets. By the way, it takes I forgot his name already. Josh's phone and gives him free international calls forever by blowing a noise, phoning it up, dialing it, blowing a noise into it, and making it get free international calls forever. I don't think it works like that, but anyway. So he's their computer whiz kid. Look at the ugly bug. I'm sorry. It looks like a squished Toby Maguire. Anyway. Says me, tapes are still around because I have this on VHS. I probably first saw it on VHS, maybe. I don't know, 2003. It might have been DVD. Might have been DVD. Anyway, right. So they've got the team nearly. Right, this is Beck waiting to go into her tribunal. She's got some gum or something like that. She gets called in. She's nowhere to put it, so she swallows it. So that'll be sticking to her ribs. Not supposed to swallow gum, are you? It's fine, you can swallow it, bloody hell. It won't hurt you. Anyway, so in she goes, and instead of getting a dressing down for crashing the space shuttle, we learn that it wasn't their fault because of this magnetic field stuff that were going on with the Earth. So why didn't they know before, the start of their landing cycle or whatever, before, they'd left orbit? Should have known then, shouldn't they, that something were going on. But anyway, unless it happened as they were going through, but it's a straight line, isn't it? They're not really steering. But anyway, whatever. They basically say you're super duper ace, and now you've got another job with Commander Iverson. Off you go. You get accommodation and all that stuff, and the pay rise and everything. So there we go. So there you go. She's and the salute her and everything in a minute. Oh, what they do? Oh, for God's sake. He does his salute to show that she's amazing. Right, so here we go. They're taking them to Utah to see what's going on with Virgil. That's what they call the ship. Why? Don't know. Maybe he explains it. I won't pay any attention. Pardon me. I've got another presentation to do, and even though Josh is an amazing scientist, he can't fasten a tie. But anyway, he wants to. Zimski wants, because it's Josh that's going to be leading the presentation. Zimski says it should be me, because don't you know who I am? He's one of those sort of people. He says, "Look, shut your face. Do as you're told." Anyway, so this is where they meet Commander Iverson and Beck, and she does his tie for him because she can do everything. Virgil was Dante's guide through hell. I have no idea what. Don't know. I've never read Dante's Inferno, so I don't know. I just know of it. So maybe so. Yes, maybe so. Shall we look it up? Sod it. We're live. Let's look it up. Right, Dante's Inferno. Inferno, Dante, right. Yes, hang on. Yes, guided by the ancient Roman poet Virgil. Yes, so that's probably it, yes. That's probably it. Maybe he does mention it in the film, but I won't pay any attention. Right, so she does his tie for him. He says, "Is there anything you can't do?" He says, "No, not yet." Oh, God. So if this were made now, everybody would be going mental about this film. Nerdrotic and geeks and gamers, they'd all be saying, "This film's rubbish, it's all woke, turn it off." But because it was made in 2003, it's fine. We can let it slide that she's the best of the best. She's a Mary Sue. Anyway, there you go, she's doing the tie for him. Look. Right, so that's where we're going to learn, where we're going to unveil, there it is, the Virgil. And, the start of it. And we're going to start building it. Remember, the 3 months to build this. And basically a montage, there we go, of them putting it together. Zimski's done the calculations, so he's got a computer model. The calculations needed to start the explosion. They're taking 5 nuclear bombs, by the way. They need like 1,000 megatons. Might I say it like that? Megatons. 1,000 megatons of explosives, of nuclear explosions to start the core spinning again. And he's worked out what they need to do. It shows it there. Look there. So they all go off there, and it causes an interference pattern that starts the core rotating again with luck. And so he says, "Well, what if it's not exactly like your model when we get there? What if the core is not made exactly of, what you think it is?" And Zimski says, "Well, what if it's made of cheese? It's all best guess." But anyway, there you go. Right, so that works. Carrying on. I think they're the nuclear weapons. That's why Serge is there, because he's the nuclear weapons expert. Being French. They always give the nukes to the French, don't they, in these sorts of films? But anyway. Oh, there I get a look at Virgil. It's compartments, and there's, I don't know, each compartment has a function. There's a nuclear reactor, and there's a crew compartment, and for some reason the weapons control compartment is the last one for some reason. For plot points, I suppose, and the actual nuclear weapons are kept in the next to last one. But anyway, right. Living quarters, engineering, bomb compartments. There we go. And the cockpit is on like it's a bit like Boba Fett's starship. You can't call it Slave One now, where it's like on a gyroscope. It stays level all the time. Because they'll be like heading down, won't they? So they won't be facing down like for however many days or whatever it takes them to get there. So they'll be, level. Anyway, right. So they're getting ready to go. Well, they're building it all up. And here's what's his face, Rat. That's his nickname. Basically wiping everything off the world's computers. This is my kung fu, and it is strong. Oh, shut up. I don't like him. Now they're doing some training now. These suits can withstand super hot temperatures and pressures apparently as well. But anyway, there's the ship coming together. They've got a simulator as well, and they're doing simulator tests, and they keep crashing. They're all laughing because they know there's no real danger, but they keep crashing. So there you go, 22nd time in a row, everyone on Earth is dead. So they've got to keep trying. This is Josh working on his navigation system that he can see through rocks, like blowing his trumpet. He can see through the rocks, so that they'll be able to see where they're going. So that's what he's doing. There we go. We got a screen somewhere showing us. For Pete's sake, where is it? There we go. Showing that. I said we're seeing it through that big massive block of whatever it is, lead or whatever it is. So his machine can see where they're going. It's like a scanner, I suppose. In it, there we go. But he can't get it in focus. It's his thing he's been working on forever, and he can't get it in focus. She's just arrived. She presses a few buttons, gets it working. There you go. Because it shows that she just presses a couple. There we go. Does that, and it works. Hate her. And I like Hilary Swank. I do, but I just hate her in this film. She's annoying. Anyway. Right, so what's happening now? I was looking at the Aurora going there. We can see it in the background. Going off. Yes. Beck is doing some more practice in the simulator by herself. Because she wants to get everything just right. And because she's the Mary Sue. She's the girl boss. Woke. Turn it off. But Bruce is going to arrive. There he is. He's saying, you can't do everything. And being a good commander is not just being the best at everything and having everything work. She's not ready to take command yet because she's not lost at anything. She always wins. So you've got to become a good commander. You've got to learn how to lose. So that's what he tells her. Right. So we'll learn what that'll come back to bite him in the bottom later. Anyway, right. What's happening now? Can't remember. Yes, something's happening in the atmosphere. There we go. I think this is where we're going to see what's happening in. No, it isn't. This is yes. Get lots of electrostatic discharges. Where we're going to see Rome cop for it. I think. Yes, it is. So we're in Rome because we've got the Piazza di Spagna and a Rome guide. Right, so here we go. Everything's starting to kick off in Rome. Everything's got sparks on, look. Everything metal starts sparking. Playing a bit of football, not soccer. Although we did call it soccer, but people stopped calling it soccer. We even had magazines and stuff called soccer, But When you Americans started calling it soccer, we decided we didn't like that word anymore. And we just called it football. Anyway, they're watching that. And suddenly the TV goes off and he's like, oh, Mamma Mia, etc. and all that jazz. And then she gets electric shocks off the coffee maker. And then the Colosseum starts getting all electrified for some reason. It just does. I don't know why. Good job Godzilla's not there. It'd be fine though, wouldn't it? It'd be fine with Godzilla. But anyway. And then everything, basically the Colosseum blows up. There we go. We see the Colosseum explode. I don't know why it blows up, but it does. There it goes. Blows up. And apparently they built a 40-foot model of the Colosseum and blew that up, which I'm guessing is for these close-ups, because the wide shot looks very CG. But anyway, that bit blows. I don't know. It might be said, maybe it's enhanced. I don't know, but it don't look as realistic as the other stuff. But anyway, there's Rome copping for it. Oh, look, more stuff blowing up because of the lightning. Yes, it's science. Science. But if it's not Paris, you want to see the Eiffel Tower falling down, don't you? That's what we want to see in these disaster movies. It's always got to be Paris. Anyway. So, there we go. Sirens. Right, so they've just watched that on telly by the looks of it. Anyway. Meanwhile, they're heading out to the depot, the Marianas Trench, does it say? I think they get this wrong as well, unless... Yes, it does. I thought it said that when I was watching earlier on. Marianas Trench, South Pacific. Marianas Trench isn't in the South Pacific, it's in the West Pacific. Off the Philippines or somewhere. South Pacific's like, I don't know, Easter Island and Tahiti and all that, which is a magical place. But... Anyway, they're going to the Marianas Trench because they've decided to go there. They're going to go because the Earth's crust is the thinnest because it's the deepest point on the Earth's surface. So they won't have as much crust to get through. It's like 30-something thousand feet, isn't it? Yes, maybe the core moved. Maybe it did. Maybe there were an Earth crust displacement. And it moved it. Anyway, whatever. So they've arrived there. And it's raining. But never mind. Right, so off they go. There we go. Calling it Virgin. Oh, it does say there, look. Poet that led our man into the depths of hell. There we go. It did say. I wasn't paying attention. But Windgrace was. But he was just super brainy. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Right, so they're going. They're getting ready. Rat's not going with them. He's staying Earthside and monitoring the computers with his hot pockets. Are they like Pop-Tarts? I don't know. But what does that say? Rats something. I don't know what that says. Oh, Rat's Law. Murphy was something. I don't know. I can't read it. Right, so off they go. They're getting ready to go. Going through the checklist. Blah blah blah. There's Alfred Woodard being the person in charge. I forgot what they call him now. Flight. The fella off Apollo 13 and all that. Them. That's in charge at Mission Control. I forgot what they call him. Anyway, so they're getting ready to go. Right. Anyway, so off they go. There they go into the sea, heading straight down, and but things start going wrong straight away. There's by the way, whales start following them. There they go, heading down. It's supposed to be the Marianas Trench. What's all these rocks? What's that? Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, hot pockets are pizza taped up in a burrito or ham sandwich in burrito form, kind of. They sound really nice, actually. That sounds really nice, does that? We don't have things like that here. Anyway, so they're heading down and being got whales with them. George and Gracie. I'm going to say the George and Gracie because another Star Trek reference. But I'm going to show them. Here they are. Look, in CG form. There they are. George and Gracie going down with them. And singing, because the noise of the whatever Virgil's noise that he makes is making them sing back, and we'll get back to that at the end of the film. Although I think there's a bit of a mistake there, but anyway. But like I say, I'm not a whale expert, but never mind. Anyway, it's off they go. There we go. Oh, look, they're singing. Oh, they're vibrating subsonically. There you go. That's why they're singing. Right, so down they go. But then there's an earthquake, an undersea earthquake. If you did have hot pockets, there'd probably be bean or mushy pea flavour. Quite possibly. Baked bean and mushy peas. With ham. Everything's got ham. Anyway, an underwater earthquake. I don't know why that'll affect them. I don't know, but maybe there's rock. Where the rock's falling from? There's supposed to be the Marianas. I don't know. Is it like super narrow? Is it, or is it, I don't know. I imagine the Marianas Trench being like the Grand Canyon, but under the sea. Not like that canyon in Hunt for Red October, where they can, they've hardly got any room to move. But anyway, I don't know. I've never been. So anyway, so they're getting ready to start drilling into the earth. Pardon me. Right, so off they go. Here we go, starting up the lasers. 27,000 feet. Do it now! Because make it exciting, Don't worry, he'll do it, don't worry. What we're seeing here is not the windows, by the way. This is what Josh were working on. We're looking at his scanners. It's showing what's in front of them. It's an average of 43 miles wide. So there you go. So it's all right. It is like the Grand Canyon. But for some reason, they're near the edge of it. For some reason. And having rocks falling down on them. Anyway, to in they go. Right, here we go. Is it going to show it going in? There we go. There we go. Into the ground they go. And it seals up behind them. And they lose contact with them for a bit, probably to remind us of something or other. Hello, we've got a new member, Justin. 34 has become a YouTube member. Welcome, Justin. Thank you very much. Cool. Right. Anyway, so they're on the way now. There's Alfred looking on. Right, there we go. They're in. Look, they're drilling through the earth at a rate of knots. Then they get back in touch. I don't know how they're keeping in touch with the ground. Maybe they've got a big cable or something. I don't know. But particularly when they're like thousands of miles deep. But anyway. Right, so they're on the way, and everything's lovely, and there we go. We're getting a little dot showing where they are. At least in the Peter Cushing thing, it shows like a line of them going down, doesn't it? But not in this. We just got a green dot. Right, so off they go. All right, and they get to this area. Is it this bit? Not yet. They get to this area where there's like static on the scanners. Well, there we go. 12 hours in, 700 miles down. This might be where they're... there we go. It's getting static on the scanner thing. What does it mean? Black is something that they can't penetrate. But I don't know what static means. And Josh says, static means there's nothing there. It's just a hole. Because they didn't expect them to find just gaping caverns deep under the earth. Don't know why not, but they'd think of everything, wouldn't you? Anyway, so they've got to keep going, and this is where they learn they're going to fall through a big hole, essentially. Here they come bursting out into a big geode with crystals and stuff. And it goes crashing down, look, and he says, I never taught Virgil to fly. That's what... I forgot his name, Braz, something like that. What is it? Delroy Lindo? So never taught Virgil to fly. So basically, the ship is just falling thousands of feet by the looks of it. But they're fine because it's tough stuff. It's made of unobtainium. It's fine. Anyway, the crash, but then one of the crystals gets stuck in where the lasers are, so they've got to go outside and deal with it. There it is. It's got stuck in where the lasers are coming out of. But apparently, even though it's a big hole, the pressure is still really, strong somehow. I don't know why, but it just is. Even though it's just a hole. Maybe the air, maybe just the atmosphere's super compressed. I don't know. But anyway, they've to go out in the suits, and they says, "Oh, at least we know the suits can handle the pressure." But anyway, so off they go. Out they go to deal with it. There they are. Look, it's like a giant crystal. Like they've got to get it out. So that's what they're doing. It's magnificent and stuff. They're looking on the inside. It's like stars, but it's just light reflecting on the crystals. They're like, normally there'd be no light there, would there? They're deep inside the earth. But anyway. So they didn't find animals and life down there. They would these days. If they made this now, there'd be people there, wouldn't there? It'd be Carolyn Monroe. If it made in the 70s, Carolyn Monroe would be there. But anyway. It's a geode. There you go. 5,000 degrees temperature, but luckily their suits can handle it and the pressure. Right, they get the crystal out, but the hole they've made at the top means all the magma is going to come bursting in like that. So they've got to get back on the ship. Oh man, all crystals are falling down on them now. So in they go. But they've got to. He's been hit. Look, as Braz. Is it Braz? It doesn't sound right. It is Braz. Yes. And he's losing oxygen in his suit, but he's carrying on because they've got the Earth to save and all that. But Zimski's is off. He's inside. Yes, I get to do laser and magma in this one. Speaking of which. Oh, you can't see for him. I got it. Austin Powers Blu-ray, not the DVD, not the Blu-ray, the DVD box set. A £5. I'll have that. Anyway, I've seen it for a while. Anyway, where were we? Right, so they're working away. Zimski's gone back inside because he's a coward. So they're working away, losing oxygen. Something happens with Josh as well. I think. I can't remember what happens with him, but he starts feeling all weird and funky. Yes, it's shagadelic. That's what it says on it, shagadelic box set. But anyway, all this magma, not lava. It's lava when it gets to the surface, isn't it? Well, maybe this could be classed as lava because they're in. Whatever. Excuse me. Anyway, there, Josh flakes out. I can't remember why. Something's affecting him. They get the crystal out. But then, here we go. There's, what's his face? Bruce Greenwood. I forgot his name. Commander Iverson, there he is. He's checking the lasers. But then, here we go. Oh, there it is, look. A piece of crystal, a little tiny piece of crystal, goes through his helmet and kills him. There we go, bit of blood coming down. And kills him, and he falls into the, for God's sake, into the magma. There he goes. Bloop. Just like the Terminator. Just like Gollum. Just like Gollum. I think the Terminator, he'd do that, wouldn't he, as he goes down. No, he's Gollum. So in he goes. So that's the end of command. They've lost the commander already. So she's in charge now, I suppose. Anyway, so got to get back inside. So in they go, and they've got to set off again. I don't know what would have happened if all this lava hadn't come in. How would they set off? Because they're basically level, aren't they? So how are they going to? Has it got wheels? I don't know. Or can it tip itself up? But luckily, all this lava's coming in, and they're going to ride that, basically, aren't they? There it comes, look. So they're on the way again, thanks to all that lava that came in. Anyway, Justin says, I enjoyed this movie. It kind of reminds me of the 1950s and early 60s B sci-fi movies. Yes, it's a very bit Irwin Allen. It's one of them sort of disaster movies, isn't it? But if it were like an Irwin Allen film, there'd be some romantic side plot as well, wouldn't there? But Wynne-Grace agrees. But yes, it is. It's a good disaster movie. I like the car. Anyway, he comes round and he's fine. And so we've got good news and bad news. And the good news is they're on the way again. The bad news is Commander Iverson's dead. So anyway, so that's where she's telling him that. And so they're talking about, got 6 billion lives to save and all that. It's 8 billion now, isn't it? In what, 20 years? Anyway, got 6 billion lives to save, and he's saying that's too much. He's just thinking about he's got 3 to save, his family, and I think he shows me a picture of his family and all that stuff to put it in context. Right, so off there we go. We're still going down. Look, still heading to the Earth's core. Now they're going to be what they're going to do. They're getting ready, the weapons ready, the nuclear bombs, getting them ready. But they're going to come across some diamonds. It's on autopilot, by the way, at the minute. And she's looking and says, "What are they?" And she doesn't know what they are. And he says, "Oh my God, the diamonds." So she says, "But better buckle up." So she's got to fly through this field of diamonds that they can't drill through. They were dodging diamonds the size of Cape Cod. I'm not exactly sure how big Cape Cod is, but I imagine it's quite big. Anyway, there you go. Down they go. And they think they're safe, and they've done it. As I said, the graphics are not great, are they? I know it's supposed to be, it's his program, isn't it? That's, anyway. They think there we go. They think they've made it through safely, but then, it scrapes. I thought it was supposed to be super duper. This was obtanium. I thought it was supposed to be super duper strong. It's protecting them at the Earth's core, but yet a diamond causes a hull breach. No, diamond is the hardest natural substance, but obtanium is not natural. He made it. It's an alloy, isn't it, or whatever. So it should be harder than diamond, because you can make stuff harder than diamond, can't you? Anyway, whatever. It causes a hull breach in the weapons control. Luckily, the last part of the ship, the last segment. Anyway, so they've got to get. This is all. This is all his equipment for control. Luckily, all the bombs are in the next compartment. It's a good job they didn't have them in the last one, isn't it? But all the weapons controls are in the last compartment. And his notebook that he's got to go in for. I think that's supposed to say Surge. Sorry about the subtitles. Anyway, he goes back for them, but then all the automatic systems are happening, and he gets trapped inside the last segment. He just gives his notebooks and stuff like that. Says, "You need these." And he's like saying, "Hold on, I will get the door open." And he's screaming at her, telling her not to override the automatic ejection system. But she's not doing it. And Zimski's saying, "Don't do it. Got to think of, the big picture and all that." And he's screaming at her, saying, "There we go, override the ejection system." And of course, Braz is trying to find a workaround to get the door open, but he can't do it, and it's quite sad actually. It's quite heartbreaking, because they can see poor Serge inside, and it's starting to get crushed. Is the last compartment, and he's scared. There we go. Baz is going as fast as he can with all that wiring, but he can't do it, and he says, "I don't know what I'm doing." He says it as Serge gets crushed to death. There we go. And he watches it happen. There, getting crushed. It should have had a big blood splatter on the camera, shouldn't it? But it's a 12 certificate. Anyway, they'll say it gets ejected. Does it show it? There we go. That's the gets ejected automatically. She didn't override the ejection system, and it gets ejected. So that's the end of Sage. So they lost the commander and they lost Sage now. So there's only 4 of them left. Three of them left. Oh dear. 4 of them left. There we go. Looking at his notebook, his wife and 2 kids, and he loved them and all that stuff. And it's quite sad. There we go. He's sad, and then he's going to go screaming at her, saying, "I ask you to, stop doing it." But you did, and he says, "I had to make the call, and I did that. I feel horrible about it, but anyway." So he don't like her anymore. So anyway, they've got to carry on. 35 hours in, 1,900 miles down. Now then, what's happening here? Well, he's smiling at her now. Soon got over it, didn't he? Don't worry, he got better. I don't know what he's been in since this. Can't remember. I know he was in Wing Commander, Serge, the actor, Checky Cario. He was in Wing Commander before this. I don't know what he's been in after. Shall we look it up? I'm just curious now. Let's have a look. Selected filmography. Where are we? 2003. The Core. Afterwards, they were in lots of French stuff. But nothing I've seen. This was the last thing I saw him in. It was, I think. Yeah. The last thing I saw him in was The Core, because I've not seen anything that he's been in after this. Yes, he was in The Patriot. That was in 2000. I remember seeing him in that. And Wing Commander. What else? Oh, my GoldenEye. Yes, of course, he was in GoldenEye. James Bond film. Anyway. Where were we? See, they're all fine now. They got over it. Got over Serge's death. But they're still going down. And I can't remember what happens. Yes, I think that's it. They're going a bit faster than they expected. I think that's it. And but they don't know if they've got enough power in the explosives to get the core going again. So they say they can't do it, basically, because they can't get put in the difference, from his scanners and stuff. They found out what the conditions are like, and they found out they haven't got enough explosives. They need another 5 megatons or something like that. And the scenario keeps failing, that it won't work. And so Zimsky says, well, we should go home then. We've failed. He said, we have not failed. Pardon me, he says, we failed. So he gets in touch with the surface somehow and tells, what's his face? I forgot his name already. Richard Jenkins tells him that destiny is a go. And what they're going to do, they're going to use destiny to restart the Earth's core. But they've got to set off back home, because if they don't, they'll get caught in the blast that destiny creates. It's like a laser, but on the surface. So he was describing what it is. It's a device, Deep Earth Seismic Trigger Initiative, Destiny. So there you go, and he's explaining now a bit of what's the word? I can't think of the word now. Exposition, that's the word. A bit of exposition. It was a weapon, because they thought, the enemies were building a weapon. Which enemies? Don't know. China, Russia, ISIS. I don't know. But they thought that enemies were building a weapon, so they built one better. And fired it, apparently, and stopped the Earth's core spinning. Anyway, so now they're going to use it to start the Earth's core spinning again. But if they get caught in it, they'll be destroyed, even though they're in unobtainium. I thought they were invincible, unless it's a diamond. But anyway, but never mind. So, yeah, we've got all talking about all that stuff, and they've got to set off back. But they've got time. Because it takes a while for Destiny to get charged up. So he's on about another plan. There you go. They're going to continue on, restart the car, and they won't have to fire Destiny. Because they don't want Destiny to work for some reason. I don't know why. Can't remember. But anyway. Maybe you don't think it'll work. I don't know. But anyway. So they're going to carry on. But he doesn't believe it, look. Restart the car. Somehow. Because he's mental. And he's going to get punched in the face in a minute. There we go. Stuck in this floating septic tank with you lunatics. And he's going to punch him in the face now. He's Braz. Here is it? There he is. I'm not going to die like this. Has he punched him yet? Bang, there we go. That's what we've been waiting for all the film. Gets punched in the face. Right. Up on the surface now, they're showing these areas where the Earth's magnetic field is basically getting holes, like holes in the ozone layer. We're getting like holes in the Earth's magnetic protection. And we're going to get a big not a laser, but a big beam from the sky for some reason. In San Francisco, there it is, EM tear detected, and is it going to show it? The microwaves from space. I'm going to show. There we go. For some reason, it's a big beam. I don't know why. But it's a big beam coming from space. Why have we got a big beam coming from the sun? Because the sun's just giving out, radiation in the form of all different sorts of radiation, microwaves, gamma rays, everything, heat and light, obviously. Just in all directions. It don't fire a beam at you, does it? But it is in this case. It's firing a beam at San Francisco. Look, crazy, bonkers. But there we go. Through that hole. Into the water, and it's boiling all the water. No flying fish here. And this is where we're going to meet Crewman Daniels from Star Trek Enterprise. There he is. Crewman Daniels is going to get a big sunburn now. Look, poor Crewman Daniels. Don't know the name of the actor because I don't know if he's in the list. Let's have a look. Does it say Manning Carr or something like that? I don't know. Let's have a look. I don't know, because I don't know the name of the actor. Windgrace will tell me, I bet. Tell you, bloody IMDb's, sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's rubbish, isn't it? No, it don't even have a credit. Anyway, Crewman Daniels is getting a sunburn because of the microwave. Basically, he's got his arms being microwaved. Don't know why his car's protecting him from the other microwaves, but anyway. And there we go. The Golden Gate Bridge is getting microwaved now, and now everything's all going to start collapsing. There we go, because that's what microwaves do, apparently. And there we go. The Golden Gate Bridge collapses. Looks quite good, actually, I must admit. They actually flew a helicopter and got the background plates and stuff, but then erased the actual Golden Gate Bridge and built a CG one to do this. And anyway, the beam carries on and kills thousands of people in San Francisco as well. So, and they're saying, we don't know what's going on, because remember, nobody knows about all this stuff, but you'd think somebody would know, wouldn't you? But anyway. Anyway, what's his face? So he sends a message to Josh, just Rat, sends a message to Josh telling him what's going on. And Josh tells him to postpone Destiny, use his hacking skills to stop Destiny or slow it down. So that's what he's going to do. This is where we're going to see where Destiny is. Where is it? It's in Alaska. So it's Destiny Harp, because that's in Alaska, isn't it? There it is. Here's Destiny. Project Destiny, Alaska. And we're going to see what it is. It's a big, massive spark plug, look. It looks like something from Forbidden Planet or something like that, doesn't it? That's bizarre. But anyway, that's going to fire its beam down into the Earth's core. Well, I don't know where it's going to fire it, because it's like a big hole, but it doesn't go all the way to the Earth's core, does it? So where's it going to go to? Because, they haven't drilled, like I say, 7 miles deep. So I don't know. We haven't to overthink it, have we? Anyway, so they're still trying to get this to work, but they can't get it to work because they haven't got enough explosives. But remember, they've still got the 5 nuclear bombs. But remember, Virgil is controlled by what is it? Like a prototype, an experimental nuclear reactor, a little tiny one. So anyway, right. Anyway, he has an idea, does Zimsky. The original plan was for him to explode all the bombs together. But he says, no, if we drop them at certain points and then explode them one after the other, they'll create a interference wave, and that should start the Earth's core spinning again. So I said, right, fair enough, okie dokie. That's what we should do, and that'll work, and yay, it'll save the Earth. Except it won't, because we learned that they need more power. But anyway, what they've got to do, luckily they've got 5 compartments left, or is it 6? They've got enough compartments left, one for each bomb. Yeah, 5 compartments left, one for each bomb. And but what they've got to do is then, separate each compartment, and that'll protect the bomb long enough, in the pressure till it explodes. So obviously the unobtainium's one way. It'll protect outside pressure, at the Earth's core, but not an inside exploding nuclear bomb. I don't know. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Anyway, so that's what they've got to do. Right. So there's thingy again. Project Destiny. They're getting ready to fire it, but then suddenly, in a minute, all the power goes down. This is Rat trying to get into it with his hacking skills. They're hacking their nuclear bombs. Look, the French ones. There you go. Power's going to the Project Destiny reactor in the form of a Winamp graphic equalizer. Anyway, so they've got to wait for that to get up. But meanwhile, Rat is trying to get trying to get into the system. Look, and it's not working. I thought you're supposed to be the best. He gets in, don't worry. Right, they're still heading down. She's having a drink. Bombs are not built. But anyway. Right, so that's what he says. We put a nuke in each section of Virgil, then jettison it, and then it'll protect it long enough, and then it'll explode. But, unfortunately, the sections weren't designed to be jettisoned just willy-nilly. They had to be damaged. Only a damaged section can be jettisoned. Doesn't really make sense, does it? But anyway, he says, well, why did you think that? I had 3 months to build it. I wasn't expecting, us to be doing this. But so what they've got to do is do something. It's got to get into a crawl space where it's 9,000 degrees and do something in there which will allow them to jettison each segment in succession. But it says, a suits will only take half that heat. So they've got to decide. We'll show you what they've got to do. They've got to do that pump for some reason. I don't know why. So they're going to draw straws. Who's going in there? But so they draw straws. But it turns out, Braz fixed it so that he'd lose, but he didn't. They were all equal length. But he says, "I'm going anyway. It's my ship and all that stuff, so I'm going." So In he goes into this 9,000 degree crawl space. Anyway, so there he hugs them because he loves them, and he even has a little moment. There we go with Zimski, who he hates, remember, because Zimski stole all his research and stuff. But they even have a little moment and shake hands. There we go. So there you go. So off he goes to his doom. So we're going to lose somebody else now. So he does that, and then I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing things that make it work. There we go. Doing levers and things. And doing that, and it makes it work. Science, engineering, etc. Industry. Anyway, so there he's done that, and his glasses are melting and breaking, and he dies in there because he can't get out. Right. So that's another one. There's only 3 left now. Another one bites the dust. Meanwhile, the power levels at Destiny are almost at maximum, but luckily he gets in time. There's Rat in a minute. I thought he did then, but it must be in a minute. They're on the way down, and now Zimski and Josh are getting the bombs ready, and they're really, really heavy, apparently. I think it's with all the plutonium inside or something, I don't know. Or the lead, I don't know, but anyway, they're really, really heavy, so they're moving them into the compartments and getting them ready to eject and all that stuff. Destiny's getting ready to fire, and then suddenly Rat gets in and diverts all the power. See, look, 3, 2, 1, then all the power goes down. But he hasn't cut the power, he's just diverted it to Coney Island, apparently. And he goes, "Your kung fu is not strong." I bloody hate him. Anyway. So, Destiny hasn't fired, but they'll get a workaround. But meanwhile, they're still doing their nuclear bomb stuff, and they were the jettison the first, the first 4 bombs, and then they realise. He says, "Hang on, did you take into account this new data that we've got?" And say, "Oh no, we haven't got enough power and all that." There you go. The last bomb has to be 30% larger. Where they're going to get that plutonium or whatever. But then, there we go, an energy flare hits the ship. I don't know what an energy flare is, but it got them deep inside the earth. And he gets stuck under the bomb, does Josh. And these pockets are laughing at him, looks like a muppet, innit? Going, ha, ha, ha. Anyway. So he gets stuck under this bomb, and it's really heavy, and he can't lift it off, Zimski. So he's about to, he says, "I can't, just go then, go." And says, "I'm sorry." So he goes running off. As that happens, what's her face? Beck changes course, and as she does that, the bomb comes off. There we go, lifts off Josh and rolls and traps. There we go, and traps Zimski after he bangs his head. So it rolls over his foot, and now Josh can't lift it off him. So he's going to get. I think this is the 4th one. I think this is the second to last bomb. I think that's the last one there that we're looking at through that doorway. So he tells Josh to go because they can't lift the bomb off his foot. So Josh has got to leave Zimski now. So Zimski gets ejected with the bomb. There it is, and then the bomb rolls off his foot. So basically, he's not dead yet, but he will be in a bit. Now, Josh has got to go and get the extra 30% power that they need for the nuclear bomb. So the only place they've got it is the power source for Virgil itself. Its nuclear power source, which is in there, and it's super duper hot. There it is. Alarm blares, it says. Radiation levels and reactor temperatures and all that stuff. And it's going to disconnect it. There we go. It's going to show. It's going to disconnect. There we go. The power, so everything goes off. So they're just. I don't know why they're just sitting there. They still should be plummeting towards the Earth's core, but they're just sitting there now. Anyway, never mind. So he takes it out, and it's really hot, and it's burning his hands, and all that stuff. But he's got to take it into where the last bomb is, and I presume it's its proximity to the bomb. I'll just make it more powerful. I don't know, but he sets off that anyway, and off it goes, and ejects that compartment. I had to build the blast, he says, whatever that means. Anyway, so they've just got to wait now, and then he has an idea, does Josh. There you go, he sees the fullerene, that's what they call them, don't they? Fullerenes. There's another name, isn't there? Buckminster Fuller, that's it. Buckminster Fuller ball. Buckyballs, that's what it is. Hour and 46 minutes in. We saw it at the beginning of the film. I've just remembered now. I'd be great at quizzes, wouldn't I? Buckyballs. Anyway, he sees that, remember, about unobtainium. And he says unobtainium is basically a big solar-powered thing, solar panel, which absorbs energy. So if they could absorb the energy of the nuclear explosions, they could, and funnel it into the flux capacitor, or whatever, they get power back. That's basically what he's saying. So right, the bombs are going off now. Look, number 2's going. There he's doing stuff. What's he doing? He's trying to get into something. I don't know what. There you go. But they're doing things, to get things working. All right, and he's in the fourth compartment. Yeah, fourth compartment is Zimski having a cigarette. By the way, he's a heavy smoker. And talking into his, he's been doing his audio book sort of thing, his notes, his diary, and he's for here in the great infinite unknowable, and then he goes, "What? Why am I doing this?" We get his F-bomb for the film anyway. Man can come to know the most important thing of all, and then he laughs, himself, and then he goes, "What the F am I doing?" Because nobody's going to know, have they? And he just has a laugh. There we go, has a laugh, and then blows up. Right, so there we go, and so they all explode, and then we said they've got full rotation. It's turning, because that's what you'd say if the Earth core starts spinning again. It's turning. So they're saved. They should not be throwing papers in the air, do they? They're rubbish, aren't they? They're supposed to throw papers in the air when you've done it, aren't you? When you win. Anyway, they're all cheering. Anyway, so they don't have to fire Destiny off now. I think they've just forgot about that. And anyway, right, power's going to come on in a minute. Here it comes, like magic. So they can ride the wave back and get the impellers working or whatever. I don't know. But off they go in a minute. It reminds me of something. I can't think what. I've seen it a similar shape in something. I can't think what. Maybe it's the Batmobile or something. I don't know. But anyway, so they're going to head back up to the surface. And do they get there super fast? I don't know. Or is there just a passage of time? Remember, it's taken them well over a day to get down there, hasn't it? It said so many hours, 35 hours or something like that, didn't it? And then there was time that was sat about doing no, wasn't there? Anyway, they're heading back. There you go. At this speed, we'll be home in a third of the time. Anyway, so they're zooming back up. Oh, they don't hit any diamonds, but don't have to worry about it. They're on the way back. It's like in Tomb Raider, when you do it in the new Tomb Raiders. You've got to struggle all this thing to get into a tomb and do that. But then there's usually a what they call it, a zip line to get back out again. That they're on the zip line to the surface, aren't they? Kind of reminds me of the whale probe in Star Trek 4. Well, we're going to get some whales in a minute, helping them out. It does remind me of something. I can't think what. Yeah, the shape of the... Yes. I wasn't thinking of that, though. That whale probe in Star Trek 4 reminds me of like a tin of dog food without the tin. Anyway. Where were we? Right, so they're heading... Oh, there is France. Well, we see the Eiffel Tower get destroyed, though, because the Earth is healing itself, look. But they're heading up. What's happening here? Don't know. The desert sands are shifting. Are they going to find the Cotopaxi? That ship of Close Encounters in the desert. I don't know. Something's happening there. I don't know what we're looking at. I don't know. Something was happening, wasn't it? Maybe there was some audible. I don't know. Let's make sure we're still going. Yes, we are. Right. Whew. Right, so then I said they're zipping back up to the surface on the zip line. As long as we can serve these magma flows, we'll be okay. Oh dear. Oh, well, we're going to miss those lasers. I said they then got lasers, have they? They've just got the thing that's pushing them, the impellers. They've got the lasers, so I don't know how they're going to get them. I think they get out through a fissure, don't they? In the Earth's... looks like she's found a space, there we go, between the... I think, do they say, actually? Tectonic plates somewhere near Hawaii. I know Hawaii is like it's a magma... What they call it? Oh, what they call it now? Like a magma dome, or whatever you call it, innit? Or a plume, it's a magma plume, innit? Is Hawaii. I don't think it's on a tectonic plate, though. I could be wrong, I don't know. I could be wrong. But she's going to come out. They should come out to bloody volcano, shouldn't they? Mauna Kea or something. She'll come out through that, shouldn't they? Flying out the top of that. Anyway, they get out, and but they're at the bottom of the sea. There we go, 4 hours later. They're at the bottom of the sea, but only 800 feet down this time. Not the bottom of the Marianas Trench. They're somewhere near Hawaii. And all power's off now. And there's no way for them to know where they are. Even though that fella said back in Mission Control, they found a way through, so it must know roughly where they are. Near Hawaii. Anyway, there we go. They've got a fleet out there already looking for him. And he's there. Look, he's arrived. He's beamed on board, and Rat's there with them as well. And they've not found them, but they can hear whale sounds. And I'm sure they're using the wrong whales. Let's have a listen. Listen on the hydrophone.
Whales, sir.
They're a long way off.
I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyway, the whales that we see are orcas, not like humpback whales or blue whales or like that. But, orcas are a different sort of whale, aren't they, like baleen whales. So I thought they didn't sing songs like that. I know they do sing, don't they, but they make more like clicking noises and stuff, don't they, the orcas and dolphins and stuff like that. But I don't know, anyway, I'm not a whale expert. I'm not What's-the-Face from Star Trek 4. Anyway, they think it's just whales, it's a biologic. A whale that knows a hell of a lot more about sonar than you. Not you, the film. Hunt for Red October. Anyway, so I think it's just a whale, so they call off the search. They're going to call off the search and rescue. But then Rat is there looking out to sea, and he has an idea. He thinks, oh, hang on, the whales were earlier on. It's them. The whales have found them, and they're telling us in their songs. And he has a little dance in a minute. Here we go. Hang on. Here he goes. There's a little dance. Look super awkward. Anyway. And he's telling them the whales are singing, so you've got to find the whales. So they go looking for the whales, and they find them. Here we go, they're going to find them. There they are. But these are orcas. They're not the humpback whales we saw earlier on. As I said, I'm not sure orcas sing like that. Not like, not them sort, but anyway. But they find them, and get them back to the surface. There we go, divers are going down. I don't know if divers can go down 800 feet, but anyway, I don't know. But never mind, they get a line down, look, and pull them up, and they're saved. But, all those good people that were lost to save the world, and they're thinking, people have got to know what sacrifices they made, Because remember, it's all top secret. So that's what he's saying. Unless it all got out somehow. So they're going to use Rat again. There he is. 1 week later, Rat's going to go into a whatchamacallit. What they call them? Computer cafe, internet cafe. That's what they call them. And basically, there we go. He's got his kung fu. For Christ's sake. And he's going to let the world know. Oh, there's Jason Momoa in the background, maybe. Let everybody know what really happened. There we go. Everybody's been told, look, Reuters and all that stuff. So it's all in the news. So there you go. And then the film ends. We get the credits going over the earth. Cool film. I don't think it has anything at the end. It don't, does it? It don't have an end credits scene. It's a cool film. I wonder if it says... can't remember the name of the fella that played Crewman Daniels. Does it say on the credits? It's man in car on bridge, on Golden Gate Bridge. It doesn't say, does it? No, doesn't. Unbelievable. Never mind. So there we go. That's the end of The Car. A cool film, a really good film, a good disaster movie that doesn't mess about. It gets on with it, even though it's relatively long. It's like over 2 hours, but it gets on with it. It goes by a fair old clip, and it's it's got good acting and good characters. The effects, are fine. They do the job. But all in all, they save the world, and don't think about it, the science part, because there isn't any science in this film to speak of. But anyway, so there we go. That's the end of The Car, or is it the beginning? I don't know. It's a good film. Right, we'll leave it there. So give it a whirl. It's, I don't know. Is it on Amazon? I don't know. You can get it on... You can get it on Blu-ray. If you're in the UK, you can get the Italian Blu-ray of Amazon. But anyway. Yes, underrated classic. Just a fun ride. Yes, it is a jolly good experience. It is. It's good. I like it. I like The Car. Right, so what's coming up next? I told you earlier on, didn't I? On Friday, for Appointment with Fear, this week, we're looking at Let Me In. We did vampires on Saturday night, didn't we, with the New Salem's lot. We're sticking with vampires for Let Me In. The remake of Let the Right One In. So I might do Let the Right One In maybe on Saturday. I might do another extra and we might do Let the Right One In. But we're doing Let Me In on Friday with Chloe Grace Moretz and Cody Smith McPhee. What's he doing these days? I don't know. And Richard Jenkins again. So that's a good film. And then on next Monday, as I said, for the rest of October, I'm going to try and do like spooky, Magnificent Monday films. So next Monday we're doing Ghostbusters. The Monday after, we're doing The Clifton House Mystery, which is a TV series which I've ripped from the DVD and turned into a 2-hour film, which is fun. No subtitles, I'm afraid, but we'll have to muddle through. It's a ghost story, by the way, and kind of spooky. And then the week after that, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. So that's what we're doing for the next 3 weeks on the Magnificent Mondays. But anyway, Justin says, awesome shirt, love that, just noticed it. Let Me In is good, and a great book also. I've not read the book, not read Let the Right One In. I've seen the film. I've seen both films. But yes, the shirt is Defiant Development, the USS Defiant from Deep Space Nine. My nephew got me it for Christmas, and it's a cool T-shirt, yeah. It is cool. Right, so we'll leave it there. We're all done and dusted for another week. So, thanks Justin34 for becoming a member and joining us in the chat. And thanks to Wingrace and Josh Temple. And I don't think anybody else popped in, did they? No, I don't think they did. For keeping me company while I waffle on about The Car. And Let's just have a double check and make sure there's no chats on Rumble. No, there ain't. Nobody's popped in on Twitch, have they? No, right. So we'll leave it there. So, again, thanks for watching. And until next time, look after each other wherever you are. And until next time, I'll say there.